Alright, I'm hot off the presses of reviewing Angry Video Game Nerd the movie. Just saw the movie a couple minutes ago actually, and I had the opportunity to see it a couple months ago. I hate that I didn't take that opportunity, but I guess I can't hate on myself for that forever. I mean, look at all the other things I got to do this year. So anyway, let's move along. I've been a fan of the Angry Video Game Nerd since I first learned about him back in college in 2010. Which is much later than when most fans became fans of his. And when I first heard that he was making this movie, I was, pretty excited about it. It intrigued me, and it gave me the feeling that, gee, is he going to review the video game E.T. when he makes that movie? I have a feeling that he might be saving E.T. for that movie. And what do you know? He is. It's hard to believe that, that he was still making several AVGN episodes as he was preparing the movie. And then he was making the movie as he was getting episodes ready, and then he was getting Monster Madness ready. And I mean, it's amazing how much this guy does for his website and how much he does for his fans. What dedication, indeed! I think a lot of us wish we could have the same dedication as him. You want to hear about the movie, right? All right. So here's the movie. He starts out as the nerd. He's getting fans gathering up around him. They want him to review E.T., because it has all these quick clips, quick flashbacks to episodes of his, reenacted actually, and they don't use the same footage from the episodes that he flashes back to, probably because of copyright issues with the video games. And that's one thing that comes to play with this movie is the copyrights, because every time the E.T. video game pops up in the movie, they change the spelling of the game, and they even change the artwork, because I guess there were copyright issues, and that's one of the boundaries that the movie has to hold. At the same time, the excitement to see this movie is outrageous, at least especially with me, and that's what I also love about this movie is the practicals. It didn't go for too much CGI or special effects. It made everything practical. Like there's a tank and there are cars exploding, there are buildings getting knocked over, and it's all done on set like Ed Wood style or even James Cameron style. If you saw the behind the scenes of Terminator 2, where he used like a prop city to destroy, and the nerd uses a built up Las Vegas for the set, and he destroys it and he uses some kind of fireworks to make it catch fire and stuff. And he does that with a tank. He even does that with some of the human characters, because sometimes like a human will fall off a cliff, and then and they use a dummy for it, or they even use an action figure and dressed up to look like the character. I mean, when the nerd gets down to reviewing E.T., he goes on a big trip, because he doesn't want to review it just yet. He wants to figure out the myth, the legend behind whether all the games are buried in a landfill in New Mexico, and he eventually meets all these wonderful people in the process, and some mean people too, and he soon finds out that the legend is true, and he goes on another big journey, finds Area 51, he finds out that E.T., the video game, not the movie, but the video game E.T., was based on Area 51, and it was real, and the new alien comes out and helps the nerd, and they go on this big adventure on a jet, and they got to destroy this robot. The nerd has an assistant with him too. His name's Cooper. He provides some humor to the show as well, the movie. I mean, some of the female characters are funny too, and I guess when this movie gets ready to come out on DVD, I'm going to want to know more, because if you follow his website, you saw that he's going to add behind-the-scenes featurettes with hours of footage explaining every step of the process, which is great because it certainly teaches a lot to today's generation of independent filmmakers. If you don't expect to go into the movie expecting him to review the E.T. video game right away, because he saves that for the end, which is really good. And it's the structure of when he finally gets to the review is a little off. I think it's a little weird, the way he reviews the game when he finally gets to it. But I think it's easy to dismiss that because the game, or the movie, is filled with so much entertainment until then. It even contains references to the video games themselves that he used to review. There's a quick reference to Top Gun, and then there's an even quicker reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the movie. And Some great cameos too. Cameos by the Nostalgia Critic, Pat the NES Punk, Mike Matei, Kyle Justin. Keith Apicary is also making a cameo in the movie. So all that is great. I know I'm missing some cameos, so you're in for some more surprises when you see the movie. What else can I say? It's less than 2 hours, and the fun of it just never loses. It never loses its fun. And on that regard, I think Angry Video Game Nerd, the movie, is definitely worth the wait, and it's definitely an enjoyable time at the movies, or at home if you're going to watch it on demand. So definitely check out Angry Video Game Nerd, the movie. And I love the nerd.